Alright, so hi, I'm Tim. I'm an Android developer at Homely, and today I'll be talking about the navigation architecture component. If I can, sorry, let me find my mouse. So just quickly, I'll just be going over like what is architecture components, just in case anyone doesn't know, and then the navigation one in particular. What does it do? Why do we need it? So now I'll just share like a little hello world code example demo thingy, and then some more info at the end. Cool. So what are architecture components? So Android architecture components are libraries from Google, basically to help make our jobs easier as Android devs. It makes it so we can make our code more stable, maintainable, testable, all that good stuff. Also, it gets rid of a lot of boilerplate code. So the one that I'm talking about is navigation, and that was announced at Google I/O this year. So the navigation component in particular. So what it is it simplifies implementing navigation between screens in your apps. So when using it, you need to kind of change how you think about building your apps. So a navigation component is scoped to a single activity, and this kind of leads to the recommendation of building a single activity application with multiple fragments within that activity. And so an activity should be like thought of as an entry point into your app, and then that activity will have like many fragments, so different screens, and then you can and then from these fragments or activity you can start a new activity. How I like to think about it personally is like an activity is a feature in your app, and then that feature is going to have like a workflow, and then like you can move from one feature to another. So why do we need this? Why do they make it? So obviously there's some pain points in Android development. I know a lot of people know working with fragments in the fragment manager is quite difficult. I know Chris is giving a talk about that using the conductor framework, so see how painful it is, like someone else is giving a talk about it. And then there's also like if you do like only activities, there's difficulties there as well, so can't avoid. Cool, so I'll just jump into my little hello world app. Cool, so it's just like a simple little app. It's just your thing that everyone needs to build, the login sign up screen. So you can go to sign up, log in. You know, if you forget your password, you can reset your password there. And then once you log in, then you got your little app. So that's that part. And now for the juicy code. Cool. So when starting off with architecture components and navigation architecture component, first thing you want to do is open your Gradle file if it's going to open. Sorry, one second. Cool. And then obviously, yeah, implement or whatever the old word used to be, your dependencies. So you've got your navigation fragment one and your navigation UI one. Currently, these are in alpha, so it's probably not ready for prod, but it's actually a good time to start using it. You want to use it so you can find like all the bugs and issues that annoy you, go to Google and be like, hey, it's not working how it's meant to. It's a really good time to give feedback and fix up anything that they missed. So actually adding it into your app. One thing that I just want to note is I'm running a beta version of Android Studio 3.2, and if we go into the app, so in your resources directory, you'll see a new, or you can create a new directory called navigation, and then inside navigation, you have this new XML file. I don't know why it's not working. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is the XML view, but something really cool that they've done is given a design view. So it's like actually some GUI goodness. Yeah. So you can see in my previous little demo, the welcome fragment was the one with the two buttons to log in or sign up, and then you can go to your, let me start again. These screens here are your fragments. This one down here is an activity, as noted. And then the lines that connect them are actions that you can have in your from your fragments. And so, like the demo that I was showing from the welcome fragment, if we want to go to the sign up fragment, we just draw a line and connect them up, and they'll create an action to travel from one fragment to another. And this is what it looks like in the XML code version. So in our welcome fragment, that was that first fragment that we saw, we have, we're only meant to have two. I just created that one. But two actions. So one is welcome fragment to login fragment, and then we give it a destination, which is our login fragment, which is defined here. And then the other one for sign up, which is the sign up fragment is defined there. All right, so how do we hook this up in code? I think there's this delay. Got there eventually. So we just inflate our view as normal, and then we go and find our button, set the on-click listener, and here we can, so here's the magic. So we can, navigation is available in any fragment or activity. So we just say navigation dot, and we say create a new on-click listener, give it the action that we defined in that XML before, and then that's kind of it. So then you just press that button and it'll open the fragment. It handles the backstack for you. Here it's got an optional ability to add arguments. So it also handles arguments, but I'm not using it right now. And does a whole bunch of other things. It's really cool, you should check it out. So jump back to my slides. Lost my slides. Nope. Just got to start it back off or something. Sorry. Is that? No. One sec. Cool, so just other features that navigation component does, like I mentioned before, it handles passing data with type safety. You can have subgraphs or nested graphs, so you can like nest your navigation XML files. And then it also handles deep linking. So one really cool thing is if we use deep linking normally, it would open up your app, and then if the user presses the back button on Android, it'll just close your app, and you lose that that stack of logic of where your navigation state is. So it actually opens up to that activity requirement, and then like when you press the back button, it'll jump logically back. Also handles like pretty animations between screens and stuff. Yeah, cool. So where to find out more? Obviously, developer.android.com/arc. But the two places that I found really useful was CodeLabs. I'm sure everybody knows about it, but you can just do a quick tutorial there. Teaches you the basics. One thing that's super useful is the architecture components GitHub. There they have some sample apps. The GitHub one is really good, and there's a navigation one, but that's kind of just, it only shows navigation. It's nice to see it used with everything else. So there's a couple other ones in there. One I found on Reddit, which is pretty cool, is Android Sunflower. It's like this random app. It's like a work in progress, I think, because they're continually building it, but it uses all the architecture components, and it's like kind of like a real example of how to build an app. That's it. Thank you.